Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And I was just saying that, most of the kids are starting to go back to school, so this is probably a busy week for lots of us. My kids are not going back to school, although my daughter, Alex, has come home from a summer of interning, and she starts the second year of her master's program at USC this week. So there's a lot going on this week, a lot of organizing and getting our families all organized to do what they all do. So I just want to welcome you and thank you for getting up to be part of our day. So today I wanted to start all new things, and every day we start with gratitude and mindfulness and purpose. And today I really wanted to start off with talking about to really think about what is your purpose? Why is it that you do the things you do? And that's just not in business. That's in life in general, personal and business, because I think when you have a purpose, that sort of bleeds into almost everything in the world that you do. And so I wanted to I was thinking last night a lot about my purpose and how it's changed over the last several years, and how it's morphed into something a lot stronger. And it seems like I have more time to really, really consider that. And I like it. I really like the fact that I can really focus on my purpose. And it makes me happier, that I can be purposeful, that I'm thinking in those terms, that I'm not just waking up and kind of going through the day, that I'm actually thinking about my purpose and how I can drive myself to that, both personally and professionally. And so I always start the day with gratitude. And basically one of the things about gratitude is you can say gratitudes and it's awesome. And I always encourage that, but writing down your gratitudes is really powerful, and and your gratitudes can be the same every day, or they can be different. They can be whatever you want. But today I just thought I would, remind everybody that no matter how you wake up in the morning, whether you're not feeling it, or you're having a bad hair day, or everything is hectic, when you sit down and you actually write out what you're grateful for, your mind starts to take a change, and you start to have, like, the whole trajectory of your day can change. And I really encourage everybody to work on those types of things, because most of the most successful people in the world understand that. The people that write books, people that are, we're going to their seminars, if you really listen to what they're talking about, they always start with how gratitude is a huge part of their day. So I wanted to start today because we have a lot of new people on this mastermind, and I wanted to kind of go through what this mastermind is really all about. So a mastermind may be developed by a friendly alliance in a spirit of harmony of purpose between two more minds. No two minds ever met without creating, as a result of contact, another mind which affects all participating in the alliance. So, you guys, we are in this together, and the idea is that together we are coming together on a daily basis when we check in. It doesn't matter. We do this Monday through Friday. The whole idea is coming together for a more powerful mind. And that means that everybody on this, at some point or another, should participate in that discussion, in that conversation, okay? So as a part of this mastermind, whether you show up once in a while or every day, it doesn't really matter. The idea is that you want to participate. Nothing that you say, nothing that you do is ever considered not important or not, valuable to every other person on this Zoom. It's important that as a group, we come together with the idea that our thoughts and our discussion is going to help each other to get to that place of the most powerful mind. And so I've been going back to the laws of success. And Napoleon Hill wrote this book many years ago. And, it still applies today, even more powerful, I think, as I've read it. I'm starting to read it now for the second time. And he basically has said there are 16 principles of success which you must absorb. And so when I was looking at these 16 principles, I was really trying to identify which were the ones that I felt most powerful with, which were the ones that I thought I practiced every day. And I see here, number one, the law of the mastermind. So how amazing is that, that we come together to mastermind, and this is one of the key components of the 16 laws of success, right? The principles. So all of us, are doing something to really achieve better success, not only in our business, but of course in our daily life with our people, our family, our interpersonal relationships. So I want you guys to take a look at this. And if you haven't read the law of success, I really encourage you to, because it really does put in perspective a lot of things, not only about business, but about just life in general. And it is kind of, it's a kind of a big book full of like a lot of great stuff. So that's why I'm reading it again, because I feel like I need a little refresher on that. When I read it the first time, it was really a lot of information, but I really loved it. But now it's sort of sinking in a little bit more powerfully. So I wanted us as a mastermind to kind of go through this on our own personal time and look at the 16 principles and really apply that to our own personal sort of journey, right? So the law of the mastermind, we come together every day, having your definite chief aim, your purpose, what it is that you want to do, self-confidence, habit of saving, initiative and leadership, imagination, enthusiasm, self-control, doing more than paid for, a pleasing personality, accurate thinking, concentration, cooperation, profiting by failure, tolerance, and the golden rule. So that's something that I just wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to share this book again and really tell you that I think this is something that all of us as a mastermind can not only really improve on our lives, but we can help others do the same thing. So I wanted to kind of put it out there that one of the ways that you describe a mastermind is, excuse me, just as combining certain elements changing their nature, the combining of certain minds changes the nature of those minds, producing either a certain degree of a mastermind or its highly destructive opposite. Very simply, a mastermind may be defined as an invisible power that results when two or more minds work in perfect harmony toward achieving a common goal. So I want to put it out there to this group. What is the goal of this mastermind for you? And I kind of wanted to open it up right now so we could hear from our mastermind, so we could hear from you and you could share with us what it is that you want to get from this mastermind and how you feel this mastermind can be most helpful to you. So unmute yourself, and please, anybody that can share would be most appreciative, because this is how we learn and this is how we help one another achieve success. So go ahead.
Hi, it's Connie. Good morning.
Good morning. Who's this?
It's Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Hi. What I'm getting from this is, just from starting up in March with the group, I get so much from everybody. Like, I learn little things that I can use. And I think just like the developing, like listening to everybody and how they do things. And I think it really helps just hearing other people's stories and what they do.
I would agree with you. I think that's a really powerful part too. The stories are really powerful. Who else has?
Annie, it's Ann.
Hi, Ann.
I just want to thank you, because I jumped on this. Karen had shared this with me. I guess we were on here now 2 months or so. And, I think that you get in a place where you become not complacent, but in your area where you are, everything is constant, the people, everything. And I think when you broaden yourself and you can get on these Zooms and you can build the consistency, we see the growth, and we do learn from everybody else. I mean, everybody's got their story, and their story is what can be. And so I just want to thank everybody that's on, because it really has fueled me, made me, you process things a little differently when you think about them, when you know that there are other people that have shared their story and how it impacts your life and how it impacts your growth. So that's where I feel this thing has really helped me.
Oh, that's great, Ann. Thank you so much. Okay, Celeste?
Hey, Annie. Thanks for having us on. I just really started jumping on these, well, I guess maybe last week as I can, but I actually penciled them into my calendar 4 days out of 5 this week. I enjoy the ability to, really be with like-minded individuals as I start out my day. It creates the positive energy, and I know that, if you start out the day positive, that you will attract positive people throughout your day. So it's just a great opportunity to start the day off right for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. Okay. Who else has something to add on what they want, why they want to be part of this mastermind and what they want to achieve with this mastermind?
Hi, Annie. I do.
Hi.
It's Elaine. So I like this mastermind because not only does it help me start the day with plugging into gratitude, but it also helps me feel like I'm plugging into the 10 core commitments. So as a new person, it really makes me feel grounded and optimistic each day and reminds me about my learning in the business.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay, good. Okay, who's next?
It's Carla.
Hey, Carla.
Good morning. What this mastermind helps me to do is to reprioritize every day that Miriam should be number 1 on my list and number 20. And when I make it number one things will start to change. And I don't always achieve that, but this mastermind helps me plug in, learn tips, keep positive, have aha moments, and also know that there's 35 to 45 other people who are as committed to learning and improving as I am. And I appreciate you starting this.
Oh, well, thank you, Carla. I appreciate you because you know what? We couldn't do this together if it wasn't for all of you. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. So who else has some thoughts on the mastermind?
I do. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that when I listen in every morning, as much as I'm an outgoing person, there's a lot of me that gets scared to approach people or just kind of go forward on some things. And when I listen in, I realize that I'm not alone, that everybody has their barriers. And I have learned to appreciate, because of you, the success that I have achieved. So I really, really appreciate these calls, and I really appreciate everybody's friendship. So thank you.
Oh, well, that's great. And honestly, I think that all of you so far, that's the one thing, we find that in our mastermind, we all kind of feel the same way, and we're kind of like helping one another to get through those obstacles that we have sometimes, or at least to know that we're all like-minded and we kind of go through the same things, and maybe something that we hear here can help us to try something else out or have the courage to do something else, because we all have our own struggles and our things that get in our way. So that's great. Anybody else have anything to share?
Yes, this is Dana.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi. I was just going to say that, pretty much what everybody else has said also, I would agree with and how it's helped me. But really, it's been a lifeline in not having any leadership here in the local area of Eugene. It's really been huge to be able to plug in every morning and stay connected and to be encouraged and, like what was said earlier, learn new tips and to really help start my mornings off before I go to my day job.
Well, and Dana, that is awesome. I can't tell you how happy I am about that. And I just want you to know that you are the leader in your area. You are a great leader, and I really appreciate your thoughts. I really do. Thanks for sharing that. Anybody else?
Yeah, I do, Annie. It's Karen.
Karen.
First of all, I really just want to thank you for starting this about a year ago and taking the lead on this. I think what this has done for so many of us is it has mastered the mundane on steroids to me. I think it's also what you've created is a platform of a third party tool for all of us, as opposed to just listening to one leader or just listening to your sponsor, that everybody gets a voice to hear from all of us, that it's so great for our personal growth. Everybody can hear from different other people's experiences. What you put out for training on a daily basis, reminding us of gratitude, has just been phenomenal. And I really just thank you for that, allowing the platform and opening it up to so many. And your leadership is great. And I just thank you so much for this. And I thought when you proposed, why this, and wanted to hear from Mary, I thought, what a brilliant question. Because we come here every day and, but why? So I applaud you and thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, Karen. Thank you. Well, I think in terms of asking that question, what I want to achieve, and I think all of us want to achieve, is what I've read is we all come together, and the more powerful we become is when we have a commonality of what we want to achieve. And so that's really what I'm hearing here, is that we're all incredibly common in what we feel and how we like coming here. So now the next step is for us to decide as a group, and I want everyone to think about this, because it goes quite along with accountability. It goes along with, whatever it is your goals are in life and whatever. But the commonality that we all have is what will propel us to the next level with growth and development and all that stuff. So I really appreciate your kind words. I think Susan Harris wants to add something, and then Randy after that. Are you there, Susan?
I am.
There you go.
Oh. Hi, guys. You know what, Annie? I love it so much. For me, it's allowed me to create that consistency, and I really need accountability, right? I've just realized this more and more as I go along, and whether it's in working out or eating healthy, or even in relationships, I need that workout partner or this mastermind, as a team. But I think the biggest thing is it's allowed me to create a new habit. And for those of you that have read Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, if you have, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, read it at ASAP, because it's all about, if we want something more, we just have to break some bad habits and create some new habits. And this has allowed me to create a habit that every day I now I yearn for every morning. Like, I know I'm going to do this. And on some mornings when I can't get on, my day's just not the same. So thank you so much for your leadership and your consistency.
Oh, thank you, Susan. Well, I couldn't do this without you, or any of you. So that's one can't work without the other. So that's the best.
That's awesome. So I do have a comment, and thank you, Annie, for letting me speak my mind for a second. First of all, I want everybody to know that a year ago when Annie started this, I was struggling a little bit because I didn't have access. Living in Napa, I didn't have access to a lot of national marketing directors. And I was feeling like, I know that when we can only make as much as who we are. And so I work very hard in my entire life to get to where I am and to be successful. But the blessings come because I was looking for something like this mastermind, and Annie and Robin, thank you, had suggested that we try this. And I said, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I'd like to try. And so we did this. And I have to tell you that because of your work, Annie, and for keeping this alive and moving this along. There are 40 to 50 of us almost every day on this call who are connected with each other. The other footnote is I was reading The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill at the time that you started this mastermind, and I just finished it this last couple of weeks. So it takes a little more than a year if you're doing 10 pages a day and squeezing in other things that you're reading and learning about. But it is an awesome, awesome book. And we are following that in this mastermind. The connection that we have, becoming the person that we want to become, is what this is all about. And I wouldn't miss a day of this unless I was truly sick or couldn't be here. So thank you, Annie, and thank you everybody who has participated. Just a footnote also, Susan and I are both doing the 30-day run. She started a week ago when I first talked about it, and I'm starting mine today. So let's see where that takes us. I'm hoping to have 20 new recruits, and you guys can hold me to that. And I hope that Susan does too by the end of that 30-day run. Thanks, everybody.
Wow, Randy, that's amazing. You know, that is no joke. That is no joke. I think that's incredibly inspiring. So I'm excited to watch that. And, you know, okay, so we've gotten a lot of people to share today, and I really, really, really appreciate that. And so one of the things that I really want to kind of move forward with, and as we invite people on and as people come and, you know, every day we get something new, I really want to hear from you guys on if you do want to share something that you feel is good for our mastermind. And believe me, everything that you do is good for the mastermind. So never ever think that that's not, you know, don't think that what you have to share is not important, because it is. And so I really encourage you guys to take a look at, you know, again, what it is that your purpose is, why you are doing what you're doing in life, in general, in business, and utilize this mastermind to kind of, you know, breathe it out into the world, and let's all come up with something. I think we all know in business what we want to achieve. I know that we all, you know, we want to do better, we want to grow, we want to do all those things. But I think if we could come up with something that we all agree that we want to focus in on, and then all of us utilize our energy to do that, that we could really track our mastermind and see how the power of this mastermind works. I will tell you this, over the last year, a good majority of the tracking that I've done, everybody on the mastermind has gotten more customers. Everybody on the mastermind has grown their business, and everybody as from today has grown as people. And so I think that as a group, that sometimes you don't know, you know, how do you account for, is this really working? Is this something, you know, all of you have voiced that, yes, this is something you like in your life, including me. I love having this in my life. But it's great to be able to bring that energy together and kind of all work as one and watch it go. So let's be thinking about that and keep talking about that. I'm going to be reading The Laws of Success, and I hope to gosh it doesn't take me a year, Randy, but if it does, it's okay. I'm going to bring that to the table at least once a week, and I really encourage a bunch of you to please let me know if you have something to share, if you've got you know, stuff that you'd like to talk about on the Zoom. It's important for all of us, and I really, really encourage it. So I just want to quickly talk about some announcements. This last weekend, I was over at Elaine Aaron's. This is a little picture in the corner. She had her first launch party. It was just great. I really enjoyed it. I want her to say like a few seconds on that. I know we've run a little late here. And then, of course, I saw this picture of the regional and in San Francisco. And, you know, Vicki Downey isn't on here today, but I really appreciate this company that Vicki Downey, who has a whole big giant group all over the country and the world, you know, came out to really help the San Francisco team, which we have a good majority of people on our team there. And I just, you know, I'm sure Karen, you talk to her a lot more than I do, but I just really want to thank her for her time and her love and her, you know, all of the things that she brings to the table, and she did that for our team. And then Robin is going to be doing If you guys are in New Jersey, she's now moved into her new home, and she's going to be doing her debut party. And then in Texas, we've got Mark Smith and Monica Dawson. And of course, here in Thousand Oaks, we have Rachel Rowan. And then super excited tomorrow night here in the Valley at the Viziris. I really hope that you guys will bring guests for this. Anna Camp is going to be doing the market party. It should be a lot of fun. We're all excited that we get to be there, and I'm really excited and looking forward to that. So, Elaine, why don't you just share a little bit quickly about your launch party? Are you there?
Yeah, thank you so much, Annie. Yeah, and I'll just make it really quick. I know we've been together a long time, but yeah, the balloons are still here if you can see them in the background. But it was a great experience for me. It was a great event, and I think the right people came, the people that were supposed to come, and it was a great learning for me. I'm still sort of feeling like a sponge in these first 90 days because every day I learned so much, and I learned about keeping it simple, keeping it fun, keeping it duplicatable. You know, that was a big learning for me, and being a guest at my own party. So I had a great time. I just really had a great time. And the people that were there, you know, I had results, people ordered, and it was just a really fun day. And I also felt the support from my Nerium family, because not only was Annie there in an amazing way, in so many amazing ways, but my Thousand Oaks team was there. So, and I called them all out specifically on our Facebook page. So I just felt loved, appreciated, and so enthused about the business in amazing ways.
That's great, Elaine. I'm so glad. It was a great day there, and I agree with you. It was great that the other teams from Thousand Oaks came to support you, which I think is just amazing. And you had your red carpet event, and it was fun. You had a little red carpet. It was so cute. I love that. All right, you guys, it's a little bit past our time, but I just appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for bringing it today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thanks, Annie.
Bye,
That was
Annie.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.